Hello guys, welcome back to the Media Night. My name is Ari.
I'm Denise.
And today we're going to be watching The Substance. Been hearing a lot about this movie ever since it dropped. People requesting it here for a reaction. People requesting it on Patreon. You know, seeing the news, it kind of blew up. I mean, I'm very excited for this film. It's been doing extremely well. And I am just curious to see what we're about to check out.
I can't wait, man. The things that I've been reading about it and hearing about it, it was really hard not to spoil ourselves, but like we did manage. It's just so exciting, man. And the fact that they're also doing so well, you know, and the award season is always like super encouraging. I can't wait for this. I feel like, you know, the fact that this is also a horror has me super hyped.
A huge shout out to Demi Moore for winning the Golden Globe for Best Actress. That is absolutely amazing. They're also nominated for a couple of Oscars. I mean, it's doing extremely well. Very exciting to see, you know, horror films actually get the recognition they deserve. I feel like a lot of times, you know, award shows, they don't really give it the you know, the shout outs they deserve. And it's kind of a shame. And I want to see more recognition, especially for a genre that gives so much into, you know, the commentary and whatnot, as horror tends to do. So yeah, extremely excited for this, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you guys enjoy. If you guys want to catch the full-length reaction alongside us with your own copy, that's going to be available on our Patreon. And if you want to watch these reactions early, make sure that you hit the join button and become a YouTube member. A huge shout out to Alligator.
And also to Carl.
Carl! Thank you guys so much for becoming producer nights and for your support. We hope that you guys enjoy. And as always, we'll catch you guys after the movie. Best screenplay, hell yeah.
Oh, that's how you started off.
Hey, you gotta brag, you know,
Just
when
so
you got it. Just so you know, it's a really darn good movie. An egg. This is making me feel uncomfortable already.
I
What
know.
are you doing to that poor egg?
Oh, that's not good. What's going on here?
Oh, it's duplicating? Okay.
I mean, the fact that it's a green liquid should have tipped us off that it was not going to be good.
Nothing good ever came from that.
Ooh, someone's getting their star on the Walk of Fame.
Elisabeth Sparkle. So cool. I never saw how they actually did these.
Yeah. It's a nice behind the scenes, actually. Oh, wow.
Elisabeth! Here, Elisabeth! We love you! Please, Elisabeth, right here!
Celebrity status. Oh. Went from being packed with people to
She was in that movie,
people forgetting about who she is,
Stepping on her.
Yeah, they don't even stop anymore.
He owes me $20.
That's so terrifying, right? Becoming irrelevant like that.
I like how the star is kind of like fading away as well. Oh, come on.
The disrespect.
What an interesting way to give us exposition, huh? Everything we need to know right there.
It's such smart filmmaking. Hey.
Sparkle your life.
That's Elisabeth. Okay.
Think about those bikini bods. You want to look like a giant jellyfish on the beach? Come on. You've got it. Woo! Take care of yourself.
And cut. I'm exhausted. Wow, that's so cool. Through the years.
Happy birthday. Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's a birthday too?
Ah, shoot. Oh, yes. Loving the symmetry.
This looks a lot like the bathroom in The Shining.
We need her young. We need her hot. We need her now. How the old bitch has been able to stick around for this long.
Oh, no. And she's hearing all of it.
Oh my
Find me somebody new.
I love that he's so close to us because it just makes him even more imposing to us.
You better get busy. My God. Despicable. I feel terrible for her. People need to mind how they talk about other people, man. It's not okay.
It's like when you see someone fart on screen.
People just love that.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
my
this. Yeah,
God.
it's disgusting. Makes him seem like the most disgusting person ever.
I have to give people what they want.
You have to chew with your mouth closed, mister.
At 50, well, it stops.
What stops?
You know,
The
The what? No, say the word. Say it.
Oh, George!
yeah, he
Yeah.
can't be straight up with her, huh?
Oh, what a mess. You're a
I love that framing they use there with the waitress too, because it's kind of making a commentary on like male gaze and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And all of the people, all the customers are dudes as well. Interesting.
Oh, don't tell me. No! Oh my god.
Oh, shoot. Oh, my
shit.
goodness.
Well, it's your lucky day, Miss Sparkle, because we have x-rayed you from head to toe, and you don't have so much as a cracked molar.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Good for you.
Oh, hey, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Not really the time.
Yeah, it's the last thing she wants to hear.
Have a good, bye.
It's a hell of a day that she's going through, man.
One moment.
What's with his hand?
What's going on?
Is there a problem?
No, it's perfect. You're a good candidate.
A good candidate for what?
I wish you the best.
Okay, well, that's not ominous. Oh, the substance.
It changed my life.
Lizzie Sparkle? Oh my god, I can't believe it. You're still the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world.
Aw.
Why don't we go out maybe for a drink sometime now that we're, you know, reconnected? Oh, God.
Oh my goodness.
There.
What? Really?
Give that to her now.
Not the way to do it, man.
I also found it so interesting that when she was walking down the hallway, she was like walking past all the reminders of her past self, right?
Mhm.
The young and more beautiful version, I guess, or how the industry sees her.
She's haunted by her previous success.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? One single injection unlocks your DNA, starting a new cellular division.
Oh, yeah, that's what we saw with the egg.
Mm-hmm.
This is simply a better version of yourself.
That's so messed up.
Interesting.
You are one. You can't escape from yourself.
So you actually divide is like cloning
So,
almost.
yeah. So
you just
that's
have a
how
better
I.
version, not exactly you as you are.
Right. You don't really get to experience it for yourself, from what I understand.
What an interesting topic to explore. All of the awards.
Oh. She's gonna go for it.
Gonna pick it back up. It's in those moments of darkness, right? They got her.
35 North Byron Alley.
35 North.
This is so sketchy, man.
I hope she got that address. Huh.
Female ages, what, 18 to 30? Just disconnect, man. At that point,
Oh.
it got here. $503. What is that? The rest of the address? That's so interesting. It's so
Wow.
exclusive and secretive.
This doesn't look sketchy at all.
I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know, man. What are you walking into? Speaks volumes about her, what she's feeling as well, right? Her desperation.
Mhm. There's definitely some level of respect that I have for this, because like, how do you go for this and you barely know anything about it?
She still chooses to go in, yeah. Whoa. So it's a front. I guess it keeps people from snooping around.
503. That's you right there.
Also an interesting parallel on aesthetics, right?
Hmm.
How things look, right? How things look does change what we initially think
Right.
of it. How long does it last, I wonder? Is it exactly a week before you have to do it again, or you activate only once?
Okay.
They keep making an emphasis on that. Remember, you are one.
And you have to switch every 7 days.
Very important.
How far that goes, right? The remember you are one.
This is simply a better version of yourself.
I hate that they call it that. A better version of yourself.
It's like it reinforces what everyone is telling her
Exactly.
about her, right? Like we come with an expiration date other than death.
There's that green liquid. The substance.
Yeah, we saw what it does with the egg. How is that gonna look?
Like
with
cellular duplication. Yep. In it goes. No turning back now. Whoa.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh god.
It's starting. Oh. Gosh, it looks painful.
What is happening, dude? The nurse was checking her spine, right?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Oh my goodness, the body horror.
No. Oh my god.
Jesus. That is so disturbing. It is literally coming out of her.
Oh my god. Okay.
You see it from the new version's perspective. Do the memories and all that transfer as well? Because they said
Yeah.
you are one, and maybe that's what those colors represented.
Is it like
All of her thoughts and memories.
Is it like a shared consciousness? I mean, like does your consciousness transfer into this new body?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that must be so trippy. Yeah, it has to be her.
Yeah.
Because she's checking herself out the same way she just was.
Yeah. Ooh.
The substance running through her veins.
Yeah, taking everything in. All the things that she saw as flaws are not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so what do we do with that one?
No, you gotta fix her up, yeah. And do not forget to feed her.
Right.
Feed yourself, right? Technically.
So fascinating. Like you're still not fully free because you still have to change. But what's gonna stop you from just saying, I mean, I don't need that old body anymore, right? I can just start new.
Yeah, they made an emphasis to let us know, right? That
Yeah.
she needs to feed her. You need to swap every 7 days and to remember you are one. So I'm sure that's definitely going to play a part.
Mm-hmm.
Or what if you were to forget or you just don't want to do it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because being in this body is too good. Yeah, what now? You got what you wanted. I wonder if she's going to go to that the casting call.
I was just thinking about that. She's gonna be replacing herself.
Yeah.
The ultimate irony.
That's fantastic. Seeing the same routine, but now with her. New body.
Come on, at least get her comfortable.
I know, right? It kind of
Like-
feels, but I like that they're showing us this. Like it shows herself, I guess, you know, a bit of self-hatred
Yeah,
there. Like she's not
definitely.
taking care of her actual body.
What's going on?
Ooh. Oh, she's bleeding.
What?
Wait, what the hell's going on now?
Why is she bleeding?
Oh, you need to stabilize yourself. Yeah, she got lost, I guess.
Whoa.
Oh, you better not be too late.
Oh, is she gonna have to take spinal fluid?
Yeah. That is a lot. Inject yourself with it. Ugh. Well, at least now we know what happens if she doesn't do it. I am loving this already, man. All the commentary on like beauty standards, especially in Hollywood and the industry.
There it is. Yeah, back to what you were saying. There's also this odd fascination with staying young
Yeah.
forever and this fear of aging. And it is understandable. Like we see it right here.
We see the consequences of
yeah.
what aging brings. Yeah.
Right.
As things are now. That guy's face. He's just like,
oh man,
lost.
Thanks. We'll let you know by next week.
That's a
Thank
no.
you so much.
Yes.
I'm just dying to get the part.
That's a Hollywood no.
That is a Hollywood no.
We'll let you know.
Too bad a darn in the middle of her face instead of that nose.
Wow. The worst part is that there's definitely people out there that
Yeah.
talk like this.
Yes, there are. Mm.
There she
You
is.
saw how they set up. I love that they make a point to show us how perky her butt is.
Please say your name, age, measurements.
They can't even breathe right. They're like, please,
Yeah.
please say your name.
I'm Sue.
Where is she?
Ugh, this guy.
Of course, he's gonna love her. I hate him so much.
I know.
Oh, these shots are so repulsive.
Small scheduling issue.
Hmm.
I have to be out of town every other week.
Only got 7 days to work. Smart to let them know this early on.
Yeah.
We will work around any mother, brother, sick puppy you need to take care of.
It's crazy how much they're willing to do to work with her, right? But when it comes to her other version,
What's so messed up about it is that this is still her.
Yeah.
It's her that they really
the
love.
personality and everything
Yeah,
is
but
her. But
the way society works and how we view aging. Yeah, now she's surrounded by people, right? She's surrounded by those that admire her. Do double takes.
loving the change in color grading as well. It's so saturated now.
Yeah.
So colorful. She's got the spark back. Or so she feels.
Why would you ever want to, like, once you feel this, like from her position, why would you ever want to go back? Right?
Those 7 days are going to be filled with depression and body dysmorphia.
Jump out, touch your elbows, head down, contract.
Such an awesome concept too, isn't it? Because it also can be a commentary. It is definitely a commentary on all like addiction and whatnot as well.
Yeah.
I love how they merged all of those themes. Like feeling like you need something, right? Is it time?
Yeah. Looks like it.
Yeah, I could have at least sat her in a sofa or something.
I love the symbolism where it's like the old body just gets ditched as soon as the new one comes in. Like she views herself the way others view her as well, and that's the heartbreak
Yeah.
in this.
Oh. Oh, gosh. That's gotta hurt. She's gonna be, yeah. Oh, gosh. In so much pain. I wonder if she's still gonna leave that body laying around.
Mm-hmm.
Clever. Awesome transitions, man. Ugh. What a difference, huh?
Yeah.
The sunglasses. She doesn't want to get recognized or seen.
Where have you been? We've all been wanting to have a drink with you for your departure.
I'm sure.
Always great to see you.
He's so insincere. Like, there's no warmth
Not
at all. I feel like being that kind of person is even worse, right? Than being stuck in her position. Like, that person has, there's no
Nothing.
fixing.
Yeah, yeah.
An empty soul. Like,
Yeah, I feel like if she gets therapy, at least, you know, I feel like she can
Yeah.
overcome certain things.
Having one life is already tough to manage. Imagine having like two.
Dude.
Having to organize two different lives.
And like, what do you do while you're waiting, right? For your turn? Oh. What is this?
Okay.
Got it.
Time to go get another one.
That was going to be my next question because we need some more food matrix.
I wonder who else is on it, right?
Right.
It's not just her. She's not the only customer.
Clearly not. Like there was a bunch there. And I'm sure they have multiple locations too. Because like obviously we know the nurse.
Wow. That is just, it's sad.
It's very
It's really sad, man. Like she's counting the days just to be in her other body.
I also love the way that they shoot her is so like a commercial, right?
Yeah, she's perfect.
Like you said,
every
the male
angle.
Yeah, like the male gaze, like focus on the lips, the red nails.
Everything, yeah.
The butt, like
we get a lot of butt. Like the angles are so flattering as well compared to how they just shoot her almost like a documentary. Like, yeah, it is what it is type of thing. Huh? Something up? Is it like a secret room? That's crazy. She's doing some actual handy work here.
You gotta open now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Keep up the energy, dude.
Sue.
Holler. Holler.
Yeah, his whole tone and demeanor changed.
I think it's like awesome when there's stuff going on in the building. You know what I mean?
Sure. All the noise is just awesome.
I live right here, so you know where to find me. Anytime. Day or night. Later.
Skip.
Wipe. Both versions of herself facing each other. The visual storytelling. This is insane.
They're constantly drawing parallels.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Secret room.
Mm-hmm. What, to store her out of sight?
Probably.
Those things look heavy.
She was moving herself out.
Yeah, she is. I guess she's going to substitute all of those photos with her younger self now. She doesn't have to look at her old version anymore. Locked away. It's all happy and colorful.
I love how even this is like more younger generation, right? It's more sexualized. It's oh yes, thank you.
That's the workout everybody needs, clearly.
Yes.
Don't you know?
I like how the camera's always observing, right?
Yeah.
It's always looking. This is what that camera represents, right? Those thousands of people watching you.
And in the meantime, take care of yourself.
Indeed. Take care of yourself. Of course. They wasted no time, did they?
Yeah. It's like we're restarting the movie, right? How she takes a sip of water after teaching this. Oh yeah, that whole hallway is going to be filled with you.
I wonder if they made it a point to remind you, like, it's still you. Whether, like, regardless of the body that you're in, that you need to remember that it's still you.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I am seeing that theme as well very clearly, that she hates the other side of her. And probably more so even than the other people that just rejected her because of how she looked.
Right.
I won't be out late, so just wait for me.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah, she's pushing those boundaries of how much she can get away with.
This is giving me so much anxiety.
Bit of claustrophobia too, huh?
Yeah.
You're just stuck there.
You have to leave all this to the last minute, girl. Come on.
Should have done it on Monday so you have the weekends off. You can actually go out. You know, you don't have to worry about having to swap.
Oh no.
Oh no. No.
So what is this gonna mean?
It's like she's choking. She's drowning. Yep.
Yep.
You gotta
that's it.
swap. You gotta kick him out. Sorry, dude.
Come on.
There's no
right
more
now.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Are you all right?
Like the main rule.
I'm curious what would happen if she didn't.
She's gonna take more fluid to stabilize herself for now,
no.
but she's not gonna swap.
What did you do? You seem even more beautiful than before.
I loved also the emphasis on sound.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
That
What
can't
the
be real.
hell?
Is that real?
I don't know.
That was traumatizing.
That was
traumatizing.
that was extremely
awful.
different than what I was expecting.
It was a choice. What?
Oh my god, what the hell? Just because of the food, because they didn't swap on time.
Did it age her?
That finger
Because
looks
she took-
dead. It's like it's sucking the beauty out of her and putting it into the other version.
Yeah, like whatever beauty and youth there was left in this. So interesting, because right now it could also be interpreted like they are two different people.
There's been a slight misuse of the substance.
What has been used on one side is lost on the other side.
There it is.
You are one.
Mm,
Respect the balance.
you gotta respect it. That's it. So she can never get her finger back. That's gonna
No,
look
that's-
that way forever now.
And they keep like honing in on it too.
This is gonna end terribly. You gotta be kidding me. Even she's impressed. She's like, wow, that's me.
Oh my god, it's like she's taunting her.
Sue?
I want to see how this interaction will go if she comes out with her true self.
What about a drink at my place tonight?
Absolutely not. Thank you very much.
All right.
Dude,
Take your time, but it's a date.
take a hint, man.
You know, bump it up.
Didn't even open the door for you.
Man, it's a little embarrassing for yourself.
Wait, what? She's hearing things now?
What is that?
What the hell was that?
I have no idea.
Now she has to wear gloves because she doesn't feel comfortable with that finger out there.
It's long, isn't it? 7 days.
Wait, what?
What?
He knows. Oh my god, that's him?
Holy crap.
Oh, shoot.
Each time you feel a little more lonely.
It only gets worse.
It gets harder each time to remember that you still deserve to exist.
She needs to hear this.
Has she started yet? Eating away at you?
Looks like he might be done reverting to his younger self already, by the way he's talking about it, right? But that's exactly what you would need, no? A support system, at least someone that understands exactly what you're going through.
Watch out!
The biker guy. The way they're able to deliver such level of anxiety.
Yeah.
It's just like, it feels like she's stuck, and she is, in a way.
You're still the most beautiful girl in the whole wide world.
Aww.
It's Lizzie. Hello?
Sorry, I'm in shock.
Maybe we could get together and grab a drink?
This could be good for her.
Hello?
Are you still there?
Sorry, I'm in shock again.
He's like, she's asking me out for a drink?
Okay.
I hope it doesn't go badly. Like, I'm glad she's doing something for this version of herself, because like he said, like, she's still worthy of
Absolutely.
being loved. And
I also love that the casting as well, like they chose Demi Moore,
right,
who's like absolutely beautiful regardless of
stunning,
age.
yeah.
Like, but it's how she views herself, right? And
Yeah.
it speaks volumes of how a lot of people feel out there. You could be absolutely gorgeous and stunning and still
Yeah.
feel discontent.
Did we just have the same idea, her and I? What if she were to take her spinal fluid?
Because they made a point to comment, right, that she looked a little bit more beautiful after it.
Yeah.
Just the constant reminders. It's terrible. She can't escape herself.
I feel like one of the things that makes it worse is that this is like the better version of me, right? There's also that, I'm sure, that envy. Because it's not just insecurities. There's also the anger of being judged that way.
She's going to be extremely late, isn't she? It's haunting.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
I also love the use of reflections in this movie. It's like she's constantly being forced to look back at herself.
Oh, it's turning into anger now. Oh, come on. Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Yeah. Got stood up as well.
It's also how heartbreaking how they apply makeup so differently, right? Like one is so gentle with herself, so loving, and like with her, how she treats her face and how she scratches and rubs everything off.
Squat, squat, squat. Circle those hips.
Some more workout time.
Yes.
Head between your legs.
What the hell was that?
Sorry, it's the control room now. The director said he saw something bizarre.
Oh, no, it did happen.
Wait, what?
Did it?
Can I have my dressing gown? Sorry, it's in your dressing room. Well, then go and get it.
Already feeling insecure even in this body, huh?
Frame by frame, and they're all just staring right up her crotch, man.
What is going on?
What is that?
Ugh. Oh my goodness.
What in the world?
Oh, whatever it is, please don't do it.
Please don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Ah. Is that a chicken? A drumstick?
Oh.
Dude, these dreams.
This is so messed up.
You realize how all the shots of food in this seem so disgusting?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Harvey wants to see you in his office immediately.
Okay. I'll go change it.
No, he said now.
Oh, is she in trouble now? I wonder if they know about it.
Ratings are through the roof. We started at 42. Now we're up to like
260.
Oh, wow. Okay, I thought it was going to be bad news.
We want you to host the New Year's Eve show. 50 million viewers live.
Whoa.
Let me guess, what day is that?
Are you in?
Yeah, it's definitely going to land on a day where she's not supposed to be in this body.
Damn, she's screwing herself over.
That's looking worse and worse, man.
I know, man.
Can you swap?
We're doing the cover of Vogue. Just one more day, okay?
Oh,
it's getting, yeah. Gonna look really bad. Here she goes back. Ah!
Dude.
Gosh, not a fan of needles.
Oh God, what now?
Oh my God, what have you done? Is it her entire leg?
She didn't respect the balance.
You can put an end to the experience and go back to being just you on your own.
Just you
Do
on your
it.
own.
The balance just needs to be respected.
So respect it.
Yeah, herself. She's responsible for that. The thing is, if she didn't like herself right at the beginning, it's only going to get worse from now, right?
Yeah.
Which is going to just make her continue to go into this behavior, to this cycle.
Yeah, it's also an interesting parallel to like plastic surgery fads. You know, you
Mm.
keep adjusting yourself, you keep changing yourself. Not that there's anything wrong with getting plastic surgery, but you see how with some it becomes a vicious cycle and they can't stop.
Oh, that is.
Oh God. It took so much from her, man.
Ugh.
God, please stop.
Gonna break your leg. Oh my.
Can she move now?
I sure hope so. French cuisine.
You are going to host the New Year's Eve show? Can you confirm this?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
It has always been my dream to be on screen.
This is my dream.
As a
Yeah.
You turned up the volume and you rocked their world. Were you a fan of her show?
Oh, you better be very careful what you say now.
You do know that we're not exactly from the same generation.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic fitness, really.
Jurassic
Wow.
Fitness. Oh, she's gonna kill you.
Come on, come get your Jurassic fitness.
Yes, but can you stop violating the food?
She's killing it, man. What a performance.
She's amazing.
Holy shoot. What are you doing with that? So, what a disaster.
Would you share one of your little beauty secrets with us?
Steal it from my other self.
I guess I just try to be myself, to be sincere and grateful for all that I have.
These two are not going to end well. Even though they're the
No.
same person,
Right.
they are so far gone into their own realities.
You're taking it from me. That's your little secret.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it.
This is so hard to watch. We're spiraling out of control here. It's all been just food and eating.
It's almost like living with a nightmare roommate, right?
I can't go back inside her.
You must go back. You're gonna mess yourself up.
Disgusting.
Oh, she's getting like a whole
Yeah.
supply. You're gonna end up dying.
Yeah, I mean, eventually she's gonna run out of the fluid if she dies.
Wow. The levels of horror this is able to achieve, it's so uncomfortable to watch.
It's very uncomfortable.
Wow.
It's nauseating almost when you just, because you realize that this is how she's treating herself. You and her are one, right? 3 months?
I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch.
Coming to bed.
Yes. I'll be right there.
Got herself a partner.
It looks like it.
So her other self has just been
Withering
in that
away.
dark room. I don't even want to see the state of her anymore.
Yep. She's sick or dying or dead.
Yeah, now what? Yeah, of course you were going to run out. You saw all those bags of food?
Yeah.
God, what have you done?
This is an emergency. There's no more stabilizer fluid.
It means you've reached the end.
That's it.
If you want more, you must let the fluid regenerate.
Oh.
You simply have to switch.
For a longer period of time. You got to let it heal. That's why the switch was important. Oh, she's going to have to take what she's got, huh?
Yeah.
It's the only way.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're going to have a
He's gonna be so horrified.
hard time explaining all that. Oh. Starting to look like a
please.
corpse.
Oh my god. Close the door.
Hey.
Right on time.
A little cranky because you're a lady business?
Some type of lady business. Ew. I did not need that match cut.
Yeah, I could have done without it too. You can never
Oh
be
my
yourself
God.
again. That is it. Her other self was so selfish. She really was. She
Yeah.
screwed both of them up.
Yeah.
Who's this? Who the f?
Leave me alone.
Dude, it looks like it's excruciating to be.
Gonna bounce. He's not even gonna get dressed. He's just bouncing. When we talk about the makeup and the practical effects, man, it really did drain all of the beauty and health from her.
I don't want to stop.
Are you sure? Once you stop, you can't go back.
Yeah.
We'll deliver.
Deliver.
But now she's got to be in this condition for the rest of her life, man. So what happens to the other body? Does it go back into yourself? Like,
I don't know.
that same yellow coat.
It's also so funny that she's getting more vocal as the movie progresses, as she's descending into madness, because she has such few lines, if you think about it.
Let's see what it is. It's new kit. Yeah, get your ass back here. You are done. You're getting terminated. Do it.
Are you sure?
What the hell?
Once you stop, you can't go back. You will simply remain on your own.
There it is once again. Don't listen. And that's it. It's a shame she didn't stop sooner.
Yeah.
Is she still gonna show up?
I need you.
Oh.
Because I hate myself.
There it is.
You're the only lovable part of me. You have to come back. You have to come back. Come back.
You're the lovable part of me.
Man, it's everything that we've been wondering about.
Like she transformed into, I guess, what her view of herself is if it were to be, you know, manifested.
Yeah. Oh. Holy shit. Oh my god. They're actually face to face. What did she do?
That was not meant to be used this way.
Yeah, about that. Kind of tried to, ooh, you know?
It's not what it looks like.
Oh shit. I mean, girl, you kind of deserved it. You look at her. Look at the state that you put her in. Oh my god.
Gosh.
The lovable part of you is kind of a bitch.
Oh. It's like we're seeing the fight within her.
Yes. That's very much what it is. And you see how vicious she is to herself.
She's her own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Oh, she's not gonna stop. It doesn't sound like it.
No. She's determined to take her out.
Yeah. But you still need each other, no?
I don't know if she needs her anymore. Oh!
No! I felt that coming. Gosh. Oh my. I did not expect this. This is brutal.
This is like worse than her worst nightmare.
It's like the most graphic cautionary tale I've ever seen in my life.
Like self-love, please.
Yeah, no, I mean, after this, everybody's going to be hugging themselves and treating themselves to a nice massage or something.
Just watching this shit, I'm never going to.
I deserve it. Yes. I am good. I am perfect.
Just exactly
Love
how I
myself.
am. I am lovable.
Oh, man.
I am worthy. She does not have an ounce of kindness, and that
she really doesn't.
Me.
There's no empathy. She seems like extremely strong, too.
I was going to say, what's some kind of superpower thing?
And she's punishing her. It's not even just...
Well, she's killing the part of herself that she hates.
Oh, yeah. She did not remember. She was one. So what now? I don't think she's going to make it either. She should die, no?
What the hell just happened?
Wow. All this for other people's approval and acceptance and love.
There you go.
Whoa. It's not going to be all good after that.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay, so she has not actually gained her independence, per se.
Is that a tooth?
What the hell was that?
Is that a tooth?
Yeah, it was. She's falling apart too.
What have you done? Ooh.
Oh, and it's the front one too. There's no hiding that. Oh no. Don't do it. No.
Oh, why
my
would you do
God.
that?
They need to see you on stage to set the lights.
I don't think the show is happening, my friend.
No, I don't think so.
Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself?
Wait, can you start it over? Can she do it with this body? Is that what she just thought of? And then
Oh
create
my
a copy of
God.
the copy and just keep the cycle going?
I don't know.
Would that even be possible, I wonder?
Let me introduce you to the shareholders. They have been
Look
dying
at how they're
to meet
staring
you.
at her too. Lecherous bunch of people.
Is everything okay?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Smile too.
So smile.
Wow. Called it.
How did I f***ing know?
Yep.
Pretty girls should always smile.
Of course they would throw a line like that in there. Margaret Qualley is absolutely killing it as well. Her performance is so intense.
Yeah.
You feel all the pain and the rage and the fear of what's happening to her.
There's also like the determination and like that glint of insanity.
Madness. Yeah.
Yes. Oh no. See, I knew. Is it a nail thing? Is the nail gonna come off?
Oh,
That's
here
a
we
nail
go.
thing,
Please.
isn't it?
They're going full body horror now.
Ah, no.
Yeah. No.
What the fuck? What was that?
Her entire finger is
What
falling
just fell
apart.
off?
What the hell
What
is that? Her ear. This is amazing. My God. Like, I'm feeling a physical reaction to this.
Yes.
My palms are sweating. Let's see what she can come up with.
What is she gonna do, man?
I have no idea. There's some activator left in there. Oh, it's happening. Oh. Oh.
Ah.
It did say single use, man. It's gonna come out of there. There you go. The trippy visuals return.
Was that enough fluid though? Activator fluid?
It seemed like it worked. Let's look at you. Oh my God, no.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah, she completely messed up. Now what? You gotta stay in here for 7 days? Oh, she's stuck like that. What am I watching?
What the f is this?
Monstro.
Lisa Sue.
It ended up becoming an amalgamation of both of them. And in the most imperfect way possible.
Yeah. And neither of you got what you wanted.
She's still gonna go. She's putting the dress on. I was gonna say she doesn't really have ears, but that works.
And it doesn't go with that irony that it's Elisabeth's face she's putting on herself.
At last, we're starting to worry. Hurry up, you're up in 5.
Okay,
We're just
interesting.
gonna go ahead and not notice that?
Yeah, I guess so. It's a metaphor. Yeah, everybody loved her exactly how she was.
You're irreplaceable!
Oh, it was a memory, huh?
She's my most beautiful creation. I have shaped her for success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Quaid
Sure.
talks about her.
The suspense is killing me. How are these people going to react?
Oh my god. Oh my god. No.
Yep.
No. Oh, come on. That's so messed up, man.
Hello. Hi.
Gotta admire the girls' professionalism because
They're all like, what the hell is going on?
You all know what?
Yeah, her true face.
what now? What's going on?
Ah, something else is going on here.
Is that a
Yep.
why?
Why is it coming out of there? I'm gonna have nightmares, man.
Shoot the monster!
This is like a nightmare, dude. Isn't it? It feels like a nightmare scenario.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna hurt her. Yeah, they're like the representation of society.
Yeah.
Pushing her around, not accepting.
And also people being unable to see what's actually within, right? And not just the exterior.
Oh. Oh, just grows back.
Excuse me?
They come back worse.
It looks like it, dude. Oh my god.
Yep, everybody's getting showered in it. That metal goes hard though.
It does.
At 50, it stops.
This is amazing. Oh my god. I have no words.
It's the wrath, right? It's the punishment of all those that treated her like a piece of meat.
Yeah,
Both
there's blood on your
versions.
hands, right? Like the saying says, you're responsible in part.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's perfect what he said. He's like, oh, like she's my creation. So there's your creation. This is what you helped create. Now suffer the consequences. It's just biting the blood. She's a star.
Yeah. Everything is covered with her.
They will never forget her, that's for sure.
Oh, gosh. Just, yeah, collapsed. How is she still alive? Put her out of her misery.
Please, just let her die. My God. This feels like cruel punishment, man.
These effects are nuts, man. It's just her face. Wow.
She's got that will, man. That's for sure.
So beautiful.
We love you.
It's wild how far she's gone just to feel this, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, at least she got to experience it at one point.
Looking like the burger in the beginning.
Yeah.
The foreshadowing. Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Instead of ketchup, this is
This is her. Yeah. Yep. Cleaned up. The substance. Wow, dude. Phenomenal.
Wow.
Gosh.
I'm speechless.
That was an
right now.
experience. Man, where to even begin with this movie? I think we get the obvious things out of the way.
Yes.
You know, Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, they both absolutely killed it. Those performances were amazing.
Yeah. I
So
still
much
have
intensity.
Goosebumps. Still have goosebumps. Like, they were incredible. One thing that I loved about both of their performances is how far to an extreme their emotions were pushed, right? We got to see the full spectrum. We got the hatred, the jealousy, the anger, the self-adoration. We got heartbreak, and we got so much, and from both of them. And the entire time I was watching how these two were treating each other, like the entire thing just made me feel heartbreak. Like, that's the predominant feeling that I had, and they killed it, man. My God, they did it in such a way where I understood and sympathized with both of them, even though they are one, but they are not. That was so interesting. It's the contrast of who you used to be, right? Or what you used to look like and what you look like now, and how there's almost a hatred for how beautiful you used to be. And I'm putting that heavily in quotation marks. And it's like, it's almost like you hate your past success, right? But you also need it. And I love that you mentioned that this was very reminiscent of an addiction, right? It's like the only way that both of them felt they could get approval or affection from anybody was purely through their appearance. And in the end, they kind of are proven right? Like when they show up, like it's still me, the final form, the monstro, and people just, stood back in horror and became even violent. And it was that was horrifying. It was not the body horror or the blood or the guts or the boob coming out of a place it's not supposed to be coming out of. It was the way that people treated her. And it's so interesting how fine the line is of people being abusive when you're like perfect and pretty and young and poppy, and when you're not. And it just felt so cruel, and all I just wanted to do was just give them both a hug and just tell them to take a sec. Let's all just go out for a drink. Let's take a moment, and kind of regroup, because like the more both of them were trying to fix themselves, it was never broken. There was nothing wrong with it to begin with, but it's so difficult to have self-love when you are in the spotlight like that, because that judgment is a part of it, that looming expiration date. I think it's there for everyone, but for women in particular, it's like, oh my God, once hit a certain age, that's it. It's like you either cease to exist or you're only like the crazy cat lady. And I love that like Demi Moore's version of her kind of even turned into that, right? Like with the crazy hair and, half of her face is age and half of her face is still somewhat normal, and she's cooking like crazy. And it's, there was a lot of imagery in this, and I there's too much for me to even go through all of it, but so much imagery that just was so haunting when it comes to the experience of being in the spotlight like this, and the pressure that is on you, right? To be perfect, to smile, and to always just be at the top of your game. And it makes you feel like just being you is not good enough.
I loved the visual storytelling and the imagery and how calculated it was. They thought about a lot of things and how they depicted it. And talking, going back to that third act and how the movie, it was finalizing. I really enjoyed how you had the monstrous, Sue / Elisabeth. But what was interesting about the imagery is that the real monster was the one sitting in front of her.
Yeah.
Like all those people, they were the real monsters of the story. And to an extent herself too, I think everybody's responsible. We cannot not make her responsible for why she ended up, in this situation. But I think it's interesting the reasons behind it and how they depicted those reasons was, definitely it felt very claustrophobic.
Very.
To an extent. It's interesting how it made, because we were just talking right in between, takes in between finishing our reaction and starting our discussion. And, she asked me, how did this make you feel? And I said, actually, it made me feel obviously the horror of it, but also to an extent, a little bit ashamed, that this still goes on and it's such a big part of the industry, and not just entertainment biz. Like it happens all around, like, how how they show themselves and how we judge them based on appearances and all these things, but how much worse it is if you're a woman. I think this movie was able to depict that in a very clear way. It's something that also made me feel a little bit uncomfortable and icky.
Yeah.
From the psychological horror perspective, was how much into the whole male gaze they went into visually, and how much they depicted that with the shots. I love that, because even if you want to look away, you can't. It's all the shot is ass. Like you cannot, and when it's being forced upon you, I think they did such a great point at forcing it upon the viewer, because it's the same situation that she's put in, or even Sue is placed in, where she's forced to basically become this eye candy, and she's nothing but that. That's it. That's all she is. And all that they can give us, the audience, is just eye candy, because that's what they care about. And it's just phenomenally shot. I thought the aesthetic, the cinematography was superb. I love the symmetry. I love the darkness, the color grading, and how they use contrast and saturation to really make a point. Obviously, she's happier when she's in in the Sue form. She feels more like herself, and it's just all so sad.
Yeah.
It's like the saddest horror film ever. If you think about it, it's such a really bad way to go. Like not accepting yourself. I like to think that maybe there towards the end, I mean, she still showed up looking how she was looking, and I guess she ended up accepting herself to a certain extent, but a little bit too late. And as a cautionary tale, I think it's a very important thing to talk about. I think not just on the self-love side. I think, yes, I loved how they depict body dysmorphia and how you can be the most beautiful person out there, and that could still happen. It's not about what you look like. It's about what you feel like and how you feel about yourself. And, people don't talk about it that much. And I think it's important to reinforce like acceptance. Self-acceptance, self-love is extremely important, and or you'll end up like this. So I love it.
Please love yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
For the love of God.
As a cautionary tale, I think it was perfect. It's brutal. It was, the body horror really got under your skin. They knew how to utilize it, and it wasn't just for the sake of body horror. It made a point to make you feel this way, so the audience can leave this experience hopefully taking something away. But as much of the film is about that, it's about self-love and self-acceptance. It also draws and puts in the bullseye and the criticism on what the real problem is. And I love that, right? There's a lot of themes going on here, but it's very clear. The two threads is, self-acceptance, self-love, but also, hey, we got to change this about the entertainment. We got to change this about, society as a whole, beauty standards. And I thought it was executed in such a clear way, despite how abstract it got sometimes. It was still extremely clear, what they were trying to say. And I like that we see that Elisabeth is not alone. And I love that, you could connect the dots. You see that she's not, 503 is not the only box in there, which I said, I'm like, okay, what are the other potential clients, right?
Right.
Where are they? And I love that we got to meet one of them, and it was the male nurse. And you see that it's just, you can't buy like self-love. You cannot escape, because it got to the point where even Sue wasn't enough for Elisabeth, right? When she started losing her teeth. And it was already so far gone. Like, you cannot fix that anymore. So do it while you can before you end up in a situation like that. Man, so much to process and to talk about. And want to make sure that we cover it all. But yeah, this movie was superb. I loved how tight the writing was. No wonder this won best screenplay. It is tight as hell. No wasted momentum, no wasted shots, no wasted dialogue. And there's not a lot of dialogue. You're right. Very, very little dialogue. A lot of, visuals in this. And I thought the physical performance as well was phenomenal. The visual effects from, the practicals to some of the more trippy imagery going on here, absolutely superb. I was gushing there in the third act, seeing, just the body transform into this other thing. It just felt painful, and the sound, the gushing noises and guttural breathing,
the slop and stuff.
Everything was so well executed. I was really mesmerized by it. And in the back of my head, the theme never leaves you. You're constantly thinking, wow, this person needs help, and this person needs help ASAP, and needs to snap out of it. And it feels like you're strapped in this roller coaster, and you're trying to, jump off it, but you can't. Once it starts, it doesn't stop, and it only has one destination, and you're just seeing how this whole thing, her whole life, turns into a train wreck, essentially. And that's the real horror, is wanting to do something about it, and you can't. You're stuck in this position watching. But man, yeah, it was just amazing, guys. It was really, really good. This is, I could see why it blew up the way it did.
Yeah, it's one thing that I want to get back on, because you just mentioned it, is when you were talking about the male gaze. I thought it was so interesting how nudity / sexualized body parts were shown, and how different it looks when it's the male gaze versus the female gaze, right? You have one where, you have Elisabeth standing nude in front of the mirror, and you have a shot from behind where you see the full thing, and it's just to show her as she is right now. And they make sure to linger on that the same way that they make sure to linger when, it's like the workout videos, and it's like the tight close-up shots that are deeply uncomfortable. I'm like, that is way too close on this girl's booty.
It's also the angles and how
yes.
they, it's extremely like, that the point of this is not the workout.
No.
Clearly it's nothing but.
Yeah, she's a product in that way.
Yeah.
Right? It's deeply voyeuristic, which I think it also says a lot about the times that we live in right now. It's very like everything kind of is done through a screen, right? We have so much more access to each other, to celebrities. We see the changes, right? Like you see a celebrity kind of coming back after having done a lot of work, and then you're like, oh wow, like they look very different now. And this is by no means to shame people who get plastic surgery done. I believe that you should do what you need to do to feel confident, but you also see how it can just go so wrong, as it has for so many people that were in the public eye, right? Because they didn't stop. It wasn't just the one thing that they needed to feel good. It just
it turns into a vicious cycle. Yeah.
It's like, maybe if I can adjust this, and then, but like if I adjust this now, then it'll be perfect. But just one more, right? It's the addiction of it all. It's longing for perfection that doesn't exist. And this is not necessarily about fame, but like fame is a part of it, but the approval of others, the approval of crowds, it's so fickle. And it shows you, this woman like Elisabeth, clearly, like they were talking about how she won an Oscar at one point, and she's still killing it out there. She has her own show and all of these other things. Like she's a hallmark of success, but she can't see that because all she's hearing and from the people that are mostly around her is the talk of her age and how her beauty is fading. And that's all she could pick up on, and that's all she can see. And like therein lies the tragedy, right? It's like her constantly comparing herself to her previous self. It has her so isolated, and she's so alone in this that her self-hatred has even stopped her from going out and making a connection with that guy, Fred.
That was the saddest scene ever.
That was so sad.
That was so hard to watch.
Because she just, at first she was feeling so good about herself too. She put on the red dress and, she pulled herself up by the bootstrap, even though she was, upset about her finger. And you see like, the makeup that she does when she first leaves the bathroom, and then she's faced with Sue.
That massive Sue billboard.
And then she goes back and does her makeup again, and then she does it for a third time. And in the end, she can't match up to herself or to Sue. And the way she was like clawing at her face and like rubbing off the makeup, it was one of the most heartbreaking moments. One of the best performances that I've seen in this as well. It was incredible. You see, this is the hatred that she has for herself. She sees herself as so unlovable if she's not perfect and young and beautiful, that it stopped her from going after something that could potentially be good for her, right? Because like the first thing that Fred said to her, the first thing that he says to her is again about her beauty. But here's the positive aspect. He's like, oh my God, you haven't changed at all. You are still like, ever since high school, you're still the most beautiful girl in the world. And I'm like, that's what you need around yourself, that, and then combine that with the work you have to do to love yourself and accept yourself. That's a sweet spot, because people are always going to have opinions. There's always going to be someone talking shit about what you look like or whatever.
Oh yeah, all the time.
And especially when you're in that business, it's like you're up for public consumption, right? And it's the way everyone looks at her like she's a meal, especially like when she's Sue, the way that they look at her and the way that they're looming over her. And the cinematography there just did an amazing job, right? It's like we were way too close. Like and we both had like a very visceral reaction to just being like, ooh, a little bit too close there, buddy. Just a few steps away, please. And it's those things here and there. It's how the symbolism matched the visual storytelling, the visual language, how we are barraged with, oh my God, she's so pretty and so fresh, and like the pink, and it's so colorful, and she's so much happier as this, that every time we switch back, everything is more dull. And then it's like, it almost creates that feeling where, can we go back to the other storyline now where she's on her path to success instead of the downfall?
They were able to do the whole, spinal fluid thing anytime she, grabbed more from herself and injected it into her other self too. Like you mentioned, everything got uglier on her life. Like the colors got duller. Obviously she had a physical reaction to it. And that's just genius, dude. Storytelling. That is phenomenal. The direction in this too. Kudos kudos to the director.
Yeah.
Because just thinking about all those details really made this a very cohesive story, despite of, how crazy it is. When you think
Right.
about the concept, I loved it. Like, it's tackling so many things into one bundle, and it just works. Like addiction, self-love, self-loathing, body dysmorphia, society, all of these things, aging,
Right.
and how we feel irrelevant, if you reach a certain age. All very important themes that just worked very well
Right.
in this concept of, one magic pill. It's the tale of the magic drug, right? It's a tale of the magic medicine that will cure you and give you all the things you ever wanted. But, in life, you got to be careful with those things. There's no such thing as the perfect simple
Yeah.
solution, the perfect medicine that will just
The miracle cure.
the miracle cure. Exactly. There's always
Right.
something you're trading off for it. And I love that in this case, it was yourself,
Yeah.
it ended up being your life, essentially. And that last scene where we got Elisabeth versus Sue, I thought was so fascinating because it's the visual. Finally, we got the visual representation of what is happening, what is truly happening in her psyche as a character. And it's all that rage, all that hate. Like, she wishes she could stay in Sue's body. Why is this old lady
Right.
dragging me back into her life and not letting me live? Right. And she, it's more apparent as you progress through the story why that final card was there. Like, remember that you are one.
Right.
Because you see how easy it is for both of them to forget that. Like, they, completely forgot about it and
Yes.
started to see each other as two different, not just people, but literally the opposition.
Yeah.
The
Like-
reason why I'm stuck in this situation,
Yeah.
essentially, for Elisabeth.
All I get is like 1 week at a time.
Yeah.
And you can see the frustration build up, and though it's really messed up, you can understand both of them. You can understand why both of them need each other in a way. You can understand that, from Sue's perspective, she just wants more time. She just wants more time so she could do what she wants to do, right? She's at the beginning of her career, she's young and she's
Right.
being successful right now. And this is the time where, she's supposed to be able to go a little crazy, go to the parties and everything else that is associated with that. And she can only do it to a certain degree. And it pushes, that frustration pushes her so far that she ends up abusing the person that she came from. And I also thought that was a very interesting reference to, motherhood in a way, because they mention a few times, about like fertility and, how long is that even good for? And the way that they talk about that in general and aging. And I just thought it was so interesting, especially because you mentioned how they almost kind of despise each other. And it's almost like mother and daughter. One of them came from the other, and one is trying to live vicariously through the other, while the other one is really just craving her freedom. Right. But in order for her to attain her freedom, she just has to keep, like a parasite almost, she just has to keep taking out that spinal fluid from the one that she came from. And I thought that there was something so dark and twisted about that, because the pressures that we put on ourselves and that are put on us by society, you see how much it warps us, right? How it pushes us to become something that we don't even recognize. And in this case, it's literal. Like, she becomes a monster and she's unrecognizable. So she doesn't, but she has both of Sue and Elisabeth. And it's like you said, like, it's an amalgamation of both, and it's this monstrosity. But the fact that it was a bittersweet ending, that she showed up as her final self. Like, that's the version that she ended up showing up as, once everything was lost and there's really no way back. There is no fixing this. And that's when she decided to show up for herself and just be like, hey, like, this is still me. I'm still me. Oh man, just the pure tragedy of that. But it was oddly empowering as well, where I'm like, hey, I mean, she showed up, and you gotta love her for it. This was a roller coaster. And this is like one of those movies that is gonna have me thinking about it for a long, long time. Like some of the Stanley Kubrick references here and there as well. I thought that was so interesting.
A lot of inspiration.
Yeah.
Even in the cinematography department, a lot of symmetry, which is something that Kubrick loved to do.
Yeah, the
in his
still shots,
the still
very wide
shots,
angle.
Very wide, having your subject extremely small. Like, there's a shot where she's coming out from that the building right in the beginning, and you just see her. She feels like she's being swallowed by concrete. And I pointed it out, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. I love when you are able to convey that emotion that you're being swallowed whole by the system, or you're being drowned in all of the things you thought you wanted, but you don't really want anymore.
Right.
And they were able to convey that extremely well from a technical perspective. And you could tell, like, they whoever was planning all of the shots, like they definitely love what they do, because everything was so intense intentional, even in the cafe when she meets the male nurse.
Yeah.
The older version of the male nurse, just the leading lines and everything. I don't want to get too super geeky, but it was extremely well done. And there's artistry in that as well. It definitely deserves a shout out because it was beautiful. And yeah, absolutely agree with you. A lot of inspiration from those Kubrick movies like The Shining and whatnot, where you could see that symmetry was a big part of it. And I like that symmetry plays a part visually because obviously she, face beauty is attributed to symmetry. A lot of aesthetically pleasing visuals are because they're symmetrical.
Right.
So it's so genius.
It writes itself.
It all ties back into the visual aspect of it. So I love that they did that because it's all subconscious, but it's there. You just got to dig a little bit. The music also extremely intense. It felt like a weird 90s underground techno thing going on, but I dig it. I thought it worked a lot actually.
Yeah, and we also even got like a heavy metal moment in there, which I can always appreciate, and it was also very suitable, right? Like each time the music got more poppy, it was always when Sue was there, right? When she was doing her workouts. Shall we say, it was more bubbly and more like almost like the 90s pop vibes.
Yeah.
And sometimes it was a bit more like the techno aspect of it. And then for the finale, the storytelling in the music is unbelievably powerful, right? And sound in general in this, everything was just
too detailed.
Crisp.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
I still just remember the sound of her ear falling off, like the slosh and the sloppy sound or the breaking and all of that. Just, it really gives you that ick, it really does. Just all of the hairs in the back of your neck just like rise up to greet the creeps in this, because it just made it feel so much more real. And they did that with the shots as well. We were way too close, especially with Dennis Quaid, when he was going on his monologues, either when he was eating or when he was, oh my God, it was, yeah. And that's another thing that I love that you said, where you were saying how the food in this looks disgusting.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah,
that's another thing. And
food
I'm like,
disorders and how that ties into beauty standards and how that ties into it's all
right.
You don't even have to say it. It's such a great example of show and don't tell. You don't need to have a line even to connect the dots there. And I love that. That's so a really effective way of doing it. Gosh, I'm sure there's so much to talk about when it comes to this movie. I'm sure we couldn't mention a thing or two, perhaps missed another. So let us know in the comments down below. What were your favorite aspects of this movie? Are you rooting for it in the Oscars? I hope it does well. I would love to see horror get a win. It's been a while and I think it deserves it. I mean, this was a solid film.
Yeah.
It's one of those stories that's definitely going to stick with me for a long time. A very tight script as well. Great performances. Demi killed it. I hope she gets it. I really do. She really did well, man. She
was fantastic.
She did a great job. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you guys enjoyed. And as always, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.
See ya.